All right, next up, our first instance of an Ohio State player making the list, JT Tuimoloau. We thought he might come out last year. For some reason, Ricky didn't come out. I don't know
Yes.
why. Um, I'll let you start because I like him. I think you like him a little more than me. You had him number 2 on your list, and I had JT. Oh, no, there he is. Number 3, excuse me. I'm losing my place. Go ahead.
Yeah, the size is there. I think he's athletic. He can play with strength and power. He's just not consistent, and that's his only thing for whatever reason. You watched that Penn State game 2 years ago, and he looked like top 5 pick, maybe top pick in the draft. But it just seems like the dots don't always connect, or there's something. Sometimes he looks dominant, other times that he doesn't. But as you weigh through all these tapes, and I've done 2022, I've done 2023 on this kid. He could, like I thought that he walked Fashanu back in the Penn State game right into the quarterback with a one arm. Why don't you show that all the time? And then he just disappears at times in games, which drives me crazy. But if there's ever a switch that you can get to keep it on full throttle, like some of the plays, because he can win with power, he can win with counter spins. He doesn't have the dynamic sack numbers that you would say a first round pick should. It's there. It's just, to me, and that's the question I'm going to ask in draft meetings. How do you get it out of him on the flashes that we see to do it on a consistent basis?
I agree with all that. And I thought had he come out last year, he probably would have gone in the second round at the earliest.
That's why he came back in the first.
Mike, I'm guessing you watched JT?
Yeah, I had him just outside my top 5.
Okay.
I do. I mean, the athlete, he's super powerful, very hard to get him off the line of scrimmage in the run game. I think a very NFL translatable game to begin with. But I agree. The reason I got him outside the top 5 was the consistency of dominance. Like if you just watch the Penn State game against Olu, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that guy could be easily a first rounder. But then other games, like you said, disappears for long stretches. I think he struggles to win the edge. And I worry about guys who really can't get to the edge consistently. And I worry about his balance as well. Finishing plays, I thought a lot of times he either would miss tackles or just left plays on the table that he could have made. So those two things, I just had other guys higher on this list. But I would have said middle of the day too had he come out last year.
Even in that within the Penn State game, I thought when he wasn't opposite Olu, and Rick, this could be me projecting, it felt like he turned it on because he knew it was Fashanu, but it felt like other times he sort of turned it off. And to your point about how do you get the most out of him, what are you looking for a defensive line coach to tell you to make you feel good about it? Or is it just a matter of talking to the kid yourself?
I think it's just, and I've sat with kid. He's a great kid now, and comes from a great family. And he's going to test very well when he goes to the combine and does all that stuff. I have a sneaking suspicion when I watched him in the weight room and stuff, he's going to do some pretty unique things. It's just, and I told him this personally. I said, listen, dude, I said, you're a first round talent that plays like a Friday guy because I don't know what I'm going to get down in and down out from you for whatever reason. So
how'd he take it?
Well, he came back to prove me wrong, which I love that. It's like, Terrion Arnold. I changed his whole career path. Right.
But you've had players that didn't take it particularly well when you gave them the truth, or what your version.
I don't have. I told him I don't have.
I know you don't care, but I'm more interested in how they react to you being you.
So, what do you mean, me being me? I take that as
nothing. Don't worry about that part. I want to know how he reacts to your cold hard truth.
He was very good.
Okay.
He said, "I'm going to prove you wrong."
And good. Okay.
Right. Yeah. He says, "Well, let's see."
Awesome. All right. Love it. All right. Do you have a comp off the top of your head, Mike, or no? If not, that's fine.
I did not have it. Maybe like Carlos Basham is kind of how I saw him.
Oh. That's interesting. So I'm going to change my comp. It doesn't matter. I just wrote it down here for Harry. But since Mike has one,
Basham was a lot shorter.
Let's see.
Basham's not that short.
Basham, the kid from Wake Forest.
Yeah, Boogie.
Yeah,
not his brother.
Too.
Well, here's
that was
my
just
comp.
off the dome. I didn't have that one prepped.
Oh, look at that! He gave us a little Harry Mack there off the dome. How you like that, Rick? Rick, your comp was David Ajabo, and mine, I didn't put it in initially because it would have given me away. But since Mike didn't have JT in his top 5, Bud Dupree was sort of the first name that came to mind.
Well, it's better than Basham. I'll give you that.
Okay. Well, in Mike's defense, he wasn't prepared. He was just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, then I would be very careful about who name you throw out on this podcast.
That's true. He's learning that lesson the hard way.